Chapter 1. The Power of Words. Imagine you are walking down the street and someone yells, "Hey, you." How does that make you feel? Now imagine they say, "Hello, how are you today?" A complete shift in tone, right? We'll dive into how words influence our emotions and perceptions, using real-life scenarios and a funny story about a misunderstanding. Welcome to The Self Forge, your one-stop channel for self-discovery, self-improvement, and self-acceptance. Today we are delving into the topic of the psychology of effective communication. Stay tuned till the end as we cover recent studies, examples, and case studies. Let's take an example. When I went to order coffee and used the wrong term for a specific coffee type, and this led to a funny exchange with the barista. This shows how miscommunication can occur even due to slight differences in wording. Suppose you are attending a work meeting where someone is talking nonsense, using jargon, and making vague points. This is the best example of unclear communication. We will use a visual aid to break down the key components of effective communication, such as clarity, conciseness, and active listening. Think of the classic "This is a pen" scene from the film 2001: A Space Odyssey. The simplicity and clarity of the phrase effectively convey its meaning, highlighting the importance of clear communication. Remember the last time you heard a truly compelling story? It probably stuck with you, right? That's the magic of storytelling. We will find out how to include storytelling in your communication so that your message will be memorable and impactful. We will use a great anecdote about the time I learned something important from a story. For example, the little engine that could teaches us to be persistent and believe in ourselves. Stories can leave such an impact. Chapter 2. Body language speaks volumes. Do you ever realize how body language can completely flip the meaning of what someone says? We will show you how nonverbal cues like facial expressions, posture, and gestures can either support or negate your message. We'll use actors to show you different scenarios, like someone saying, "I'm fine," while their body language screams, "I'm stressed." Imagine a job interview where the candidate says he's confident but is avoiding eye contact and fidgeting nervously. This contrast between words and body language sends mixed messages. Consider how you feel when someone makes eye contact and leans in while you are speaking. It shows they are interested, correct? We will discuss the role of eye contact and posture in establishing trust and confidence. We will have a live demonstration to illustrate the contrast between confident and nervous body language. Compare a leader giving a speech with strong eye contact and open posture to a nervous presenter avoiding eye contact and fidgeting. Try to read a book with someone interrupting you all the time. That's what it's like when someone's body language is sending mixed signals. We'll help you decipher the subtle cues that give away someone's true feelings, like a furrowed brow or crossed arms, so you can better understand the other person's perspective. Think about a negotiation where someone keeps crossing their arms or looking away. These subtle cues may reveal resistance or dissent, even when they verbally assent. We have done a video on body language and how to understand them. Please check the description to see the video about body language and its meaning. Chapter 3. Active listening, the foundation of effective communication. Imagine you are talking to a friend and he or she is constantly checking his or her phone. How do you feel? We will use a real-life scenario of a conversation gone wrong due to a lack of active listening to show you how it can create misunderstandings and hurt relationships. Imagine a couple arguing because one partner is constantly distracted by his or her phone and not listening to the other's concerns. You see those open-ended questions like, "Tell me more about that," or "What led you to that conclusion?" These are the kinds of questions that indicate active listening. We will illustrate how to use clarifying questions to guarantee that you comprehend what the speaker is saying. For example, if someone is explaining a complex problem, asking questions like, "Can you elaborate on that point?" or "What specific challenges are you facing?" helps to ensure understanding. Do you ever remember a conversation in which someone summarizes what you have said in his or her own words? Summarizing is an effective way of showing that you are listening. We will show how reflecting on the other person's message builds connection and shows empathy. A therapist actively listens to a patient and summarizes feelings and concerns. These display understanding and empathy, building trust and rapport. We also have a video created on active listening. Don't forget to check the description to find the video on active listening. Chapter 4. Building rapport and trust. Think that your friend confiding in you about a personal issue. You are listening attentively, and say, "I understand why you feel that way." This is the power of empathy. We will demonstrate how listening and acknowledging the other person's perspective builds trust and rapport. We will use a real-life example of a conflict resolved through empathy and understanding. Think of having a friend dealing with a stressful breakup. Valuing their emotions and showing you care can improve your relationship further and help support them through it. Envision a conversation in which all feel free to give their opinion without fear of judgment. That's the concept of a friendly setting. We will emphasize the use of non-judgmental speech and active listening that can facilitate the open honestness of communication. Picture a team meeting where people can share ideas with no fear of criticism. That is what we call a team that works well together, as well as is innovative. Recall a situation where you were betrayed by someone you trusted. It is not easy to regain that trust, is it? We will demonstrate how honesty and integrity are the foundation of building strong and lasting relationships. We will use real-life examples to drive home the point that authenticity is the key to creating trust. The case of Howard Schultz, Starbucks CEO. In 2008, Starbucks faced declining sales and customer dissatisfaction. Howard Schultz, the founder and then CEO, returned to lead the company. Instead of offering hollow reassurances, Schultz was open about the company's struggles. He held town halls, listened to employees and customers, and even closed 7,100 stores for a day to retrain baristas on how to make the perfect espresso, demonstrating his commitment to quality. In March 2008, My Starbucks Idea was rolled out for customers to exchange ideas with each other and directly with the company. As part of this, customers were able to give opinions on everything such as products, services, layout, advertising, corporate social responsibility, in-store music, and so on. More than 93,000 ideas were shared by about 1.3 million users on social media, and page views per month rose to 5.5 million. This transparent and genuine approach re-established trust in the brand, showing that Schultz was willing to address issues head-on with integrity. Starbucks not only recovered but also grew stronger, becoming a global icon for customer experience and community engagement. Chapter 5. Mastering the Art of Persuasion. Have you ever been convinced to buy something because the salesperson really knew their stuff? This is the power of persuasion. We'll explore the psychology behind persuasive communication and how to use logic, emotion, and credibility effectively. Think about a well-crafted advertisement that uses powerful visuals, compelling stories, and logical arguments to convince viewers to buy a product. Imagine an appealing argument supported with powerful data and a compelling story. This is persuasive communication. We will illustrate how to join logic with an appeal to the emotions in developing a powerful message. A speech advocating environmental conservation could use science about climate change coupled with a moving story about the communities polluted. You probably have heard an argument where the other person just anticipates what you might raise as objections and answers them point blank. We will let you know how to anticipate what objections they will raise and address them with some clear reasoning and understanding. Just imagine a debate where one party is prepared and answers the opponent's arguments. For example, let us take a topic: should social media be regulated more strictly? Debater A: prepared and authentic. Debater A acknowledges the nuances of the topic and responds directly to their opponent's arguments. When the opponent claims that stricter regulations would stifle free speech, A replies, "That's a valid concern. However, consider the example of Germany, where the NetzDG law mandates the removal of illegal content like hate speech within 24 hours. This regulation hasn't silenced free speech, it has reduced harmful content while allowing constructive discussions to thrive. A balance can be struck, ensuring safety without compromising freedoms. Debater further shares a personal anecdote. A close friend of mine faced relentless online harassment. When the platform didn't act, they almost quit social media entirely. This highlights why regulation is necessary to protect users. Debater B, unprepared or inauthentic. Debater B argues in broad strokes, saying, regulations always go too far, and people should just block harmful users. They don't provide evidence or address how platforms might fail to act in serious cases, making their argument seem superficial. Let us understand the outcome of this debate. Debater A's combination of evidence, real-world examples, and personal connection conveys authenticity and preparation. The audience is more likely to trust and support their viewpoint, as they come across as thoughtful and empathetic. Chapter 6, The Conclusion. Well, as you all know, communication is the backbone of human connection, shaping relationships, influencing decisions, and driving progress. Let us choose the right words to harnessing the power of body language, active listening, and empathy that every chapter of this journey has highlighted. We've explored how storytelling can captivate, body language can reveal unspoken truths, and active listening can deepen understanding. Through examples like Howard Schultz's transparency and Debater A's thoughtful arguments, we've seen authenticity and preparation as the cornerstones of trust and persuasion. Don't forget, mastering communication isn't just about being heard, it's about building bridges, fostering collaboration, and creating meaningful connections. As you move forward, remember that every conversation is an opportunity to practice and grow. So, let's put these insights into action. Whether you're in a meeting, a debate, or a heartfelt conversation with a friend, strive to communicate with clarity, empathy, and authenticity. That's how you not only master the art of communication but also forge deeper relationships and inspire those around you. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the psychology of effective communication. Stay tuned for more insights and check out the description to find more related videos. Until we come up with a new video, keep learning, practicing, and self-forge.